This is the Bullet Point Mounting Solutions dash mount for specifically the Ram truck. So this is the unboxing here. It's nicely packaged. I love good foam. I actually save all my foam for all my weird little bespoke projects I'm working on. This is the arm, which has the clamp for the ball, which I actually bought. I don't have a use for the second ball yet, but I figured instead of buying the single centered ball option, the ball would be offset closer to the driver's side, so it would be more logical. And the second one, if I ever get a secondary device, I just grab another one of these and attach it. This has some 3M sticky tape on it, and then these brackets that look like they hook back, and some access holes on the top. What's really cool about this is they give you a cute little keychain. Don't really know. It looks like it has some functionality, like a key of some kind to do something fancy. Let's find out what that is. This is the actual clamp. So this is a really nice spring. So this will hold your phone nice and still, and you can see the tapered angle so that it'll push the foam back toward the surface by just virtue of the shape design. So that's really clever design there. They also give you a bullet, which is obviously not a live round. It is just some promotional piece. Looks pretty cool. It's pretty heavy. Looks like it's brass or something at the end. What I do love that they give you is this, which I think is it's a Torx. I don't know what that is. Maybe like a 15 or 20, but it's a little one. And then you get a little screwdriver. So this will allow you to install this without having to get any special tools. Oh, actually, I didn't even notice this before. That's a bottle opener. Look at that. Don't encourage the idea of opening bottles like that while you're in your vehicle, but you know, they might, so that's up to them. So what we're gonna do is do a quick installation of this product and show you what it's like. So the Ram is actually kind of a pain in the butt because it has this beautiful screen, but there's nowhere really great to mount your phone. So really over here in front of this vent is the best spot. There is a power supply up in there. So you've got a 12-volt power input on the top here. And so if I pop out this little rubber tray, you'll see these two little Torx features are what they're using to mount their system into. So they've thought about the design of this pretty well. It doesn't go that way. So the leaning angle, so the tall side goes to the back, so it's flat and flush in there. And what I'll do is I'll unscrew those with the provided Torx bit remover here. And you can see that this is relatively easy to do. It's a one-person job. I'm actually doing this while holding my cell phone in my hand. So this is the easiest DIY project you could probably take on for your vehicle. And I had bought a different clamp mount style phone holder that also charged the phone, but it was kind of a pain in the butt to install, and I didn't have a place to really attach it. So I gave up on that, and I'm actually surrendering that one to the tractor, because I do actually bring my phone on the tractor every time I'm on it. I'll pull that sticky tape off afterwards once I've aligned all these things. Now this is gonna be the tricky part. I think what has to happen here, because the head of this screw is wider than that hole, so you wouldn't be able to drop it through there very easily or line it up. So before you go and put it in there, reach in from the bottom and tuck that screw up and through just like that. And again, I'm doing this one-handed and using my dashboard as the surface to work on here. So this is a little bit trickier for me to achieve than it would be if you had two hands. But, oh wow, I can throw that and they still stayed in their little spots. Look at that. Now let's line those up nicely into their spots. That is pretty professional what we got going on here. I'm gonna pause it just for a second because I do think I need two hands for this part just to line these up, but I'll show you once it's done. And just for continuity's sense, that took about 3 seconds. It was just easy to apply downward pressure and hold the tool straight as you screw them in. They're really easy to get in. I just figured I'd need two hands. I'll do this one-handed as well. You just undo these little clamp pieces, and then you make it so it can open enough. And you want to be mindful of where you want those clamps, so if you need to adjust them, you can do that. The trick here is this tool won't allow that rubber plate to go back in. So if you're planning on keeping it, then cool, toss that out. If you want to keep that, I'm a stickler for keeping all the components of a vehicle intact with that vehicle, so I will just store it in a glove box somewhere that I can get back to it later and reassess if I want this as my long-term solution or not. So again, we're doing this one-handed. Just gonna clamp that and find that right spot for it to anchor down on. It is nice that this is carbon fiber, and the original, this is diamond plated, but it has a similar gray and black kind of toning to it. So the carbon fiber actually kind of matches there. It's pretty nice. This part I'm gonna use 2 hands for just to get the alignment right so you can see what the phone would look like in it. And 1 second. So beginning to end, this has been less than probably 5 minutes, which the video is about at this point, maybe about 10 minutes in total install. I'm gonna use my Note for the example here, which is a large phone, and I'll just clamp it in there. Boom, look at that. Nicely sits there. I have it lowered to the dash line there because it's a taller phone. I would obviously lower that phone in its position in this, probably down to the bottom side of it, so that from a dash standpoint, it wouldn't stick up over. And if you look, this is head height, so you're seeing over the phone. So if you ever see a picture of it and it looks like that, and it's like, oh, it's obscuring your view, I would be, until it goes over the hood line, I'll do an experiment. So you're at my head height. The phone would have to be roughly that tall. So it would have to be at the very top. And this Note is a very large phone. So even though something looks like it's obscuring your view, if you're sitting upright in the seat, that just barely crusts over the passenger side of the hood because I sit so tall in the vehicle. But overall, really clever product. I really like it. It allows me to have my power supply right there, so I can actually run power directly into it. I do have this power line here, which allows me to use the CarPlay function, which is built in. So that is not in this RAM specifically a wireless feature. You have to be wired in order to have CarPlay active. But cool mounting tool, unbox, easy. You only have this piece left over. No modifications necessary. It comes with the tools, so you literally can do this one-handed in your garage in 5 minutes. Let me know what you think. I'll put a link in the description.